Soul Fam. It's another beautiful day in the jungle. The sun is shining. Just immense amount of gratitude, infinite blessings going out to each and every one of you. Now, how to live a simple life, how to really get in tune with nature, living off grid, and all of the wonderful things that come from the abundance from living in that 5D consciousness, right? Now, this is the simple life. Now, if it was so simple, right, wouldn't everybody be doing it? Right? If it was so simple just to harvest your own water, filter your own water, get your own food, learn how to forage, learn how to cook, defend, and everything, right? If it was so simple, wouldn't everybody be doing it, right? Or is it just easier to go through that McDonald's drive-thru and keep going through the convenience from the Matrix world, right? All of this is happening because of convenience, right? You have to be sold on something, and convenience is the best place to start. To be honest with you, a lot of my life has been going against that convenience and going against that curve of what we would call normal, or what we would call anything that is accepted in society. Yeah, I'm somewhat of a rebel, and you probably are too. You're going against the curve, learning what it truly takes to master this unconditional love frequency that we call the fifth dimension, and having that simple life is key to doing just that. All the masters, right? I don't care what religion, what spiritual practice that you've ever looked into, everyone, Yahshua, Jesus, right? Krishna, everybody has always talked about the simple life, being aesthetic, having some sort of non-dual teaching, getting into this greater consciousness, this higher consciousness comes down to getting rid of the distractions, right? Unschooling, deprogramming, getting rid of that matrix belief, getting rid of the Babylon jungle, all of the identifications that you've built up through your personality, all of that has got to go. That's the work, right? Because in all honesty, filtering your water is easy. Foraging, growing food, all of these things are very easy compared to doing the shadow work, right? Cleansing your physical body, detoxing from the government food, from the government water, from the idea that you need to be plugged in and keeping up with the Joneses 24/7. It's exhausting. Honestly, it's absolutely exhausting. Shout out to everybody right now doing that work, cultivating this inner work, expanding your cup, getting into this infinite cup, this infinite love, which is already within you. You see, that's what the simple life is all about, right? Uncovering that concept, this abundance, this infinite consciousness, which is already within you. No more searching, right? All you got to do is carve out that little place for yourself. Doesn't have to be out here in the jungle. Could be in the middle of the woods. Could be anywhere where you have that sense of privacy and you can really be in tune with that circadian rhythm. You see, because that's what this is all about, getting in tune with that rhythm of nature. That's where this self-healing mechanism turns on. That's where this abundance light switch turns on, where you are literally capable of anything instead of being stuck in that rigid box that comes from this idea that you need a label or a job or a career or any of these modern inventions, these colonial industrial inventions. Those words were just created not too long ago, right? Now you have to go beyond this word, beyond this propaganda, right? Beyond this mind control, right? This illusion, that you even need any of those things, and tap into your infinite self, which is through nature, through the simple life. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you, 100% real, okay? It's not going to be easy. Like I said, the hardest part is doing that unschooling or that deprogramming of that identity that you've already built up inside your mind. That personality with that job title that you've had, right? That fancy car, right? That convenience of going through the Starbucks drive-thru or getting Uber Eats, whatever it is, the meal delivery system. Like I don't even have a garage. I don't even have garbage delivery over here, right? I have to do everything myself, right? Not just food, water. Think about what you're using as far as your garbage or recycling system. Literally every aspect of my life I have to use right here, out here in the jungle, 100% off grid, right? Are you really going to do what it takes to jump full board into this? You see, it's either 5D or nothing. You either go for this thing because you want it. You've been longing for this thing, so it's time to go for it. Now, the simple life is extremely simple once you finally de-school and undo all of that programming in your mind that you've built up. Honestly, it becomes very easily once you can do that. That's why I'm so thankful for my meditation practice, so thankful for the work that is required to help guide you into that more simple life rather than trying to think that you have to actually do something more, right? This isn't actually about like more labor, right? For me, working that 40-hour plus job was laborsome, right? Working and being criticized by my boss every day and having that just anxiety and stress about having to be at work every day at 5 a.m., all of that stuff is a thing of the past, right? Because you actually can have control over your own food, control over your own water, and these very simple things that you actually are going to work for to get the money for to buy in the first place. Right? So we had this all backwards. If you ask me, this colonial industrial system, this American experiment, this world experiment that says you actually need money or you need this thing called a job or anything is actually a thing of the past. It has failed us. All you have to do is support your vision, support this dream, right? With your passions. You see, because a lot of people are going to ask, oh, how do you make money when you live off grid? How do you go do this? Are you going to have a regular job? Or people assume that you're just so isolated that there is no where to make money or there is no anything. No, we got technology, right? We have Wi-Fi's, right? This digital energy, Bluetooth, whatever, right? We have the technology and you can work hand in hand with all of this, right? Most people living off grid, you can still have Wi-Fi. Right? I'm out here powered by the sun 100% with Wi-Fi, streaming, right? Streaming whatever you want, keeping up with everybody on that level because we have to be in the world, but not of it, right? That's one of my favorite mantras, one of my favorite sayings, okay? Because what you have to understand is this isn't about isolation to the point where you're living this simple life and you're just so isolated to where nobody else can understand you. No. It's about the micro impact, the micro communities that are paving the way through this revolution that we would call the new earth. This simple life is about living in tune with the earth, right? That's it. If everybody was doing that on the micro scale, this macro scale would be a whole lot brighter. This vision, this utopia, this new earth, this 5D consciousness is happening right now. You're either a part of it, cultivating these skills, living off grid, getting more in tune with nature, right? Even if you are 15 or 50, I don't care how old you are, how young you are, you can cultivate the skills right now. Okay, living the simple life is as easy as you getting rid of the responsibilities and the huge financial debt that you may have incurred, or understanding that you don't need that fancy cell phone plan, right? Or that subscription to Spotify or Netflix or whatever it is. Think about your monthly payments, right? You don't need unlimited messaging, talk, and text on your cell phone plan, right? This is a great place to start, right? Think about what you're spending on the daily. All right. And this is going to be the key, because people think I just started this automatically, like I just moved. No, I lived in a van for 5 years, right? I traveled the world. I've done a lot of woofing and trade opportunities and alternate housing options. I haven't paid rent in a very long time. I don't have that monthly overhead. You see, and that allows me to live a very simple life in tune with my neighbors and community and everything that I'm doing, because I don't have to keep up with the Joneses and what's going on the fake news and through this pandemic or any of this, because they're just going to roll out something new next, right? And we have to be prepared and self-reliant in the way that none of that matters. The Joneses don't even matter, right? Because you are so off-grid. You're living such a simple life that you are so happy that you don't need to keep up. You don't need that emotional response every day of getting that validation from your email or your social media posts or anything like that, because you are just doing you. That's the potential here, right? So the simple life, I recommend for everybody right now listening, watching, right? Everybody start cultivating this, right? If you have any questions, please leave it in the comments section. Jump over to my social media. I would love to be of service for you. I'm about to hit my 1-year anniversary of living 100% off-grid, 100% building my own home in the jungle, wild, from absolutely nothing, right? And you can do it. I promise you. All right. Shout out to everybody in the Inner Circle group, all the Patreon members. Thank you for the support. Without you, I would not be here. I seriously love each and every one of you. Okay. Until next time, infinite love, infinite peace. I'm out.